for any team playing, and they will show you their current rankings based on strength of schedule, strength of the team they're playing, margin of win, margin of loss based on what the other team is ranked. So, uh, absolutely an ability right now to switch places and take over that top spot. All right, finally got some signal here in the building. There we go. All right, your Littleton Hawks are coming in at an 87.24 with a record of 12-2-1, 87 goals for, 27 goals against. So we can definitely score. Just need to solve this goalie, and hopefully that's what the boys were talking about. Rankings nationwide, we are 8th in Colorado, 16U, so that'll include all the AAA teams at 16 and all of the 16 AA teams as well as the 15 AAs. We are 59th in the USA Tier 2 16U and 294th overall in the 16 plus 15U overall. Still, second highest rated team in the United States for the 15U category. And here with a tilt against the number 1 team. Zamboni is off the ice. We're going to give this one a little bit longer. Refs just now coming out to set up the nets. Last game we had some wet ice. They didn't let it cool down long enough, and we had some sticky pucks that really made for an interesting second period. So happy to see that today they are not having that problem. They're going to make sure that everything gets done well. All right, here the boys come. All right. All right. Thank you, Kim, for the water. Shout out to Kim Kaylee fans. Water goddess. All right, here we go. I got Humphrey here giving us a thumbs up, and as he's stretching, boys are circling around, getting their legs warm. Saw them out in the lobby afterwards. They're sweaty, but they're good. They're excited. They're ready to finish this game and put one behind this goaltender. Cello has been perfect so far in the first period. We're going to play a 15-minute period. Penalties are 1 minute and 30 seconds because the periods are only 15 minutes. So shorter chances on the power play and shorter kills on the penalty kill. A quick correction this morning. I had called a goal for the second goal for Aiden. That one actually did get tipped by DeMotts in front of the net. And so DeMotts with the goal, Aiden with the assist on that one. Paper copies of the score sheets here. So got to get photos of those and move them around. Okay. Looks like we got some chatter going on Crossbar. If you're watching from somewhere else, just let us know. Looks like we got Steve Vath watching from the air. Thanks for tuning in, Steve. We can't wait to see you here. We miss you. We also know we've got, that's Cameron Vath's dad, and we also have Cameron Vath's grandparents watching from Colorado, so glad to see you guys are in here too. Looks like we took care of it. Was a little live issue, but here we go. All right, I know we've got super fans in Colorado, the Davis family watching. We also have Cameron Becker's grandparents watching from South Carolina and his aunt watching from Minnesota. Let me know where you are. Just love hearing that. We could tell the boys, hey, you've got fans from all over the country, and in this case, from above the country. So thanks for watching, you guys. Second period about to start. Really good tilt here between Afton and Littleton. Littleton's going to be going left to right, as we call this. And looks like we're going to be starting with... Sorry. Edelman, Vath, and Nolan are going to be up front for you. Then back in the back, you're going to have Pucky and Akshay. Sella takes the net, high fives all of his guys on the way as he usually does. Gives the referee the signal, and boys banging on the boards. Here we go. All right, face off is the scrum right in the middle, and Vath pushes it out, but it does go over to Afton, who dumps it deep and into the corner. Into the corner after it. Hawks take a big hit there, and as they're trying to move it out, it's another push and shove on the boards. We'll see who comes away with it. This one's going to be Littleton. Working it around the net, getting some speed. Going to go ahead and carry it. Carries it over the blue, and then blows a tire right about the red. That was Clark. Puck gets thrown down deep. Referee says no ice, so we're going to have to chase this one down. Pucky down into the corner. getting it up the boards, but cut off there by Afton, and they're going to take it to the middle for a shot. Cello tracking. Cello stops it. Oh, that one popped back out. And as we get it up the boards, here comes Nolan trying to get it out. He's popped, but Clark is right there behind him to help him out. And now he gets one more Littleton player over on the boards to get that. And that one's going to get thrown down the ice for an icing. Defensive zone face-off. But we do get a change and get some relief. All right. That's fun. All right, Humphrey, Becker, and Thor out on for our forwards. Back in the back, we have Akshay and Pucky, I believe. And here we go. Face-off win by Connor. But that one goes back to the Afton defense. Shot on net, over the net. Cello puts a glove up, but that was too high. And now that one gets popped off. Here comes Becker. He's down the left wing boards. Push it out to the front. Oh, that one just over the net. Great backhand there by Thor. Good work by this line to get it down quick and get a shot. Becker into the corner, finishes his check. Humphrey there, checks his man. Down by A-Rod. He's going to try to keep that going. Another scrum off the boards, but still just man on man. A-Rod puts it back behind. Becker's going to pick it up. He's looking for somebody out in front. A-Rod gets that puck. He's going to take it to the top of the circles. Put it down deep for Becker, who gets a tip. Does go on net, but that one gets popped out. Now Blake is chasing, but he's got a man coming hard. Backhand, back up the boards. Humphrey over. Nice. Man changing. Back over. A-Rod's going to put it down deep, and Sudbeck is now going to be on the ice. Sudbeck puts it right out in front. A-Rod gets it. Oh, tip and over the net, but that was perfect. He was in perfect position to take that shot. Motzi down into the corner. Back to the point. Works it over. Tip by Afton, but Tenny's there, and he's going to throw it down deep. And here we go. Now we got DeMott's on the boards. He taps it. Sudbeck there to take his man. Jack's on the forecheck. They force that puck up the boards. It's going to come all the way back to the defense with a nice little tap up the boards and around our guys. Jax takes his hit, but Afton comes away with the puck, and they're going to take it outside the circles, trying to work it into the middle. Oh, my God. Impossible shot. That one looked like it was between the goal line and the bottom of the circle, and he hit the far top bar. Incredible angle shot. So our boys are down 1-0. Going to need a comeback here. We got Motzi, Jax, and Porter. If you remember in the first period, we had a goal called back. It was over the line, but referee said it was no goal, so it stings a little bit to have them score first. But hopefully this is the line. This is our top scoring line right here. Let's hope we can just put it right back in over the net. Here we go. Jax wins the faceoff back to the defenseman. D-to-D pass. Goes a little bit wide. Sudbeck there to pick it up. He backhands it over to Jackson. Jackson gets taken out by an Afton player. Puck is now high in the air. Played down by the Afton team. Not a hand pass this time. So work back around into the corner. And it's going to go up the boards. Afton's going to have to decide what they want to do. They cycle low. Somebody loses a stick down there in the corner. Afton's going to take another shot. Cello takes that one in the chest. And somehow Afton ends up on top of Cello, and Cello loses his helmet. Looks like Cello's okay. Referee's over there waving as if he's saying nothing happening here. Looks like we are going to maybe take the face off. Oh, he's going to call Zach for a penalty on that one. I'm going to guess for roughing, but certainly not something. Cross-check is what he's going to call him for. I think he's saying that Zach pushed that guy into the goalie. Didn't get a good look at that one, so if you're watching at home and you saw it, maybe let us know. But anyway, penalty kill out there. We're going to have Becker and Humphreys up front, and Akshay and Puckett back in the back. I'm sorry, Bowers. All right, Connor in on the face-off. Connor wins it over to the left. Back to the Afton defenseman. They're going to work it around the zone. Back to the top right point. Down deep into the corner. Littleton's going to give a little bit of pressure. One behind the net. Bowers gets it and goes to air it out, but actually hits the guy in the shoulder. All right, puck actually didn't make it out, but Afton cleared like it was, so we're going to get a chance to ice this all the way down. Afton goalie goes to play it, but it slides right under his stick, so Afton now having to go the other way. Again, 1 minute left in this penalty, only a minute 30 on these penalties. So 57 seconds as Afton looks to come out of the zone. One-on-one, Littleton takes that one, puts it in the air, and that one's going to go deep as well. 11:30 to go in the second period. 45 seconds left in the penalty to Zach for a cross check. All right, Becker jumps in on that one, takes a nice slap shot, puts it back down deep, and now we're at 38 seconds. So a good 10 seconds just by forechecking on this penalty kill. Maddie's out there now. Looks like Becker has changed. So we got Humphrey and Maddie up front. Afton does take the puck over the blue line. They're working it down into the corner, trying to find an open man. Coach is yelling for them to set it up. And Marcelo clears that one clearly into the corner. They're going to try to work it back and then back into the corner. They're looking for a one-touch pass in front, looking for a guy to sneak in. 91 is up there but can't get to it. Oh, nice save there by Cello. He clears it out again to the side. 7 seconds left in the penalty, and Littleton clears. That should do it for this penalty. Zach coming out of the box. 1-0. There we go. 5-on-5. 5-on-5 for the Hawks now. Great penalty kill. A lot of really good forecheck on that one, making Afton make some mistakes and have to think twice about their passing choices. Oh, Afton takes it off of Maddie's skate there, taking it down deep, working it into the corner, trying to work it back to the point. Point does take a shot, and Cello was screened on that one. You can probably see that one from where we're broadcasting from. They had a big guy in front, and I don't think Cello had a chance on that one. Glove side, right in the middle. If he can't see that one, he can't catch that one. 2-0 now for the Affront Americans versus your Littleton Hawks. Back to 5-on-5. That was a even strength goal, so not a penalty kill. All right, here we go. Patty, Maddie. And we push it down into the zone. Patty down to forecheck. Afton goes back behind, changes directions. Nobody there to forecheck, so they're going to get a chance to make a good pass. They try for the stretch all the way through the neutral zone, but we're going to grab that one and send it right back in. Now Maddie's there with some speed to try to forecheck that puck. He does it and goes back to Tenny. Tenny's got it. He's going to get it in deep. Throws it up high, but just right of the net. Back in. Zach has a nice shot on net. We tried to get a tip there, but too many bodies, and that one wasn't making it all the way through. Littleton's going to throw it all the way back. Back referee called for ice. Front referee waved it off. And so as we're getting a change here, moving it up the ice, Afton's going to take it, but gets his pocket picked by Maddie. Maddie back over to Clark. Clark has the puck, and he's going to go down deep with it. He tried to get a shot there, but had a stick block him. And Afton's going to say that's enough, throw them all the way down, and get a change. Hawks are going to change as well, at least on the defense. Looks like we are going to have a Bowers and A-Rod in the back. Clark taking the face-off with Nolan on his left and Vath on his right. Big opportunity, offensive zone face-off. Goes back behind the net. Afton's going to take that one. Vath's going to come in with some really good forecheck, and that forecheck turns into puck possession. 2 shots right away, one by Vath and then one by Nolan. Oh, nice keep there. Defense says you can't quite get it out, but then we do get beat, and that's going to be Bowers racing back with the Afton player. Afton tries to put it out in front. They do, but that one is saved by Cello, trying to get it out of the zone, but the defenseman is there. Their defense getting a little more confident with trying to stay on that line and keep the puck down deep. Down into the corner. Littleton's going to try to play for the puck, and that one's going to pop out. That one, that was just over the top of the net. Cello had his glove up. Had that been on net, I think he would have been ready for it, but he actually did see that one coming. All right, big hit there by, I think that was Nolan. And as it comes around, that was Clark. And it's coming around now, and it's on Clark's stick. All right. A little bit of have to regroup there at the blue line, but it does get deep. Vath backhands it back behind the net. And now we're going to have forecheck by the next line. So this is going to be Connor, Becker, and Thor. Thor pressuring the puck. Connor keeping it in. Thor's got it on his backhand, trying to work it over to Becker, but it gets dumped down the ice by Afton. Referee says no on the icing. Quick feet there by Afton to make it to the corner first. Blake is going to pressure into the corner. Afton player goes down. He works it up to Becker, but that one pops off his stick, but then right back onto his stick. And now Becker's streaking up the left wing, coming down deep, gets it on net. And we're going to turn that into an offensive zone faceoff. Good way to end a shift. So, offensive zone faceoff. We're going to get a change here. It's going to be Akshay and Pucky back in on the line here. Nope, no change. So Humphreys, Becker, and Thor are going to get one more chance to put this one not just on net, but in net. Humphreys calling the face-off play he wants to see. And ties him up. Thor comes in. Becker comes in. Puck is getting bumped around. Becker comes away with it. Back to Hazra. Hauser gets a shot off net just to the left. Going to get kept in by our defense, and Thor's going to get that puck on the boards. They're going to try to throw it back up and out, but again, kept in by our defense. Good job there. Humphrey gets it. Becker's there, but not quite where the puck was, so now we're getting it out of the zone. Another great pick. Hauser's got it. He's going to take it in the zone. Looking for somebody in front. Hauser keeps it. He's going to put it out front, but that one gets picked by the goalie and pushed back behind the net onto the stick of Affront. Affront taking it through the neutral zone. It's a 2-on-1 now. Defenseman cutting off the pass and successfully makes the pass not land where it needed to go for a shot. Affront with the puck, stick check nicely there by Becker. He's going to take it again up the left wing boards. He pops it into the air, and then he's going to go ahead and get off for the change. So, line change coming. Akshay is back. Akshay hits his man. And the referee is going to give us a call here. He's going to take them both. Maybe. He's only going to take one. Oh, got a little bit of back talk from the Affront player who slams the door as he goes into the box. Very unhappy with that call. He's going to get called for a cross check. So we're going to be on the power play for 1 minute and 30 seconds here. Second period, 6 minutes, 48 seconds to go. Power play line out right now is Suddy on the left with Edelman taking the face off, Vath on the far right, and then it's like Patty and Carson back on the line. So 5 forwards out here, pushing hard for a goal. All right, Edelman for the face-off. He wraps it up. It goes back to Patty. Patty gets it over to Carson. Carson back over to Suddy. Suddy takes a shot. Tip was there in front by Edelman, but the goalie saw it, put it in his glove. But the play was there. So if they keep doing this, we can get another good look at this. All right. Boys talking about what they want to see, where they want to be. Suddy, Edelman, and Patty on this one. Clark for the face-off. He wins it back to Porter. Patty. Porter has the puck. He's going to move it all the way over to Motzi. Motzi's going to put it back on Porter's stick. Porter gets it down low, and perfect play. But once again, just got our stick pick there. Patty with the puck. He's going to try to take it, keep control of it, and a good shot just wide of the net. Clark gets it back behind the net. They're going to try to throw it up the boards, but Motzi is there. Motzi over to Patty. Patty takes a look. Doesn't like what he sees, sends it back over to Motzi. Motzi's going to work it deep in front, and there was a tip, but that one tipped just to the side of the net. Another try for a in-the-air out, but no go. Patty takes it. He sends it back over to Carson. Carson finds Sudbeck on the far side. Sudbeck is going to find Patty on the point. Patty letting it go, and this one does give up a rebound. Porter there to pick it up, trying to have that sharp angle shot, kind of like they had. Patty working it into the middle. Defenseman lays down and blocks. Porter's going to pick it up one more time, and that goalie is going to block it. But my goodness, what an amazing power play. 26 seconds left in this power play. I think there had to have been 5 shots on that power play. The boys moving it around the zone beautifully. Getting good shots, just not the one that was going to go in just yet, but a lot of great passing. A lot of what we like to see from our Hawks, a lot of what they work on in practice. The boys are looking sharp. All right, next one out, we're going to have A-Rod over on the left. We're going to have Maddie. Maddie and A-Rod are going to change places there. We're going to have Jax taking the face off. We got over there Grimmy over on the left. And another souvenir up into the stands. Our parents are getting a lot of work out just chasing pucks. All right. On the right, you got Grimmy. In the middle, you got Jax. Back on the back, you got A-Rod out there with Puckett. And you got Maddie over on the left. So Maddie, Patty, and Grimmy. All right, A-Rod keeps it in, moves it over to Bowers. He's got a good shot from the point. He waits. He lets Aiden come in a little bit deeper. A-Rod's looking, gets it back over. Shot towards the net. 10 seconds left in the power play right now. Working the puck to the boards. Not a ton of pressure from Affront, but enough that we got to move it. All the way over, and 2 seconds to go in the power play. We're going to need to get a shot. A-Rod gets the puck. Looking for somebody, finds far side. Shot on net. The tip is almost there. A-Rod down deep into the corner. He's going to play this one hard. Back up to the top. Puckett's got it. He moves it over to the far side, and check there. It is. There's not going to be a call on that one. We are done. We are back up 5-on-5. Even though the arms got up on that one, no call on that hit on Puckett. And Littleton has the puck going the other way. Gets it to the blue line, but not out. That one gets caught by our defenseman, dropped, and sent all the way down the ice. Back referee is not calling icing. Neither is the front referee. Jax gets there. Jax puts it in the net. Beautiful pick Great forecheck. Jackson just not giving up on that puck. Picks it up and puts it behind the tendy. Great individual effort there by Jax, but great job by the team to never give up on any of these pucks. Didn't need the power play to do it. The boys score 5-on-5. Again, Jackson scoring off his own rebound, just turning and shooting as quick as he could. And it's 2-1 with 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the second period. All right, here we go again. Now we got Connor, Becker, and Thor out on your front line. That one gets played over to the right wing boards. Afton's going to send that one in deep. It's going to bounce off the back of the net. Defense is going to get there. Becker's got it, and he sends it back to his defenseman, who's going to get it up. Oh, a little bit too quick for Connor. That's going to be an icing. So defensive zone faceoff. We'll try one more time. Back in the back, you're going to have Zach and Tenny. All right, this one to the left of Marcelo on his glove side. Humphrey's going to take the faceoff. Let's see what setup he wants to call here for the boys. All right, we're 5 across, so we're going to try to pop this one and get out. Oh, nope, there we go. Got one man, and I think we're going to have a tie up here on the faceoff. Nope. That one won by Afton, back to the point. That defenseman puts it directly into the corner. Wasn't aiming for the net at all. He was just trying to set up a play there. That play is broken up by the Hawks, though, and here comes Connor. Over to Becker. Becker on the right wing boards, and he avoids that check, and it makes Afton hit the other player on the Afton team. That was nice. Tenny with the puck. He's keeping it in. And that was a little rough. No call from the referee. Apparently here in Chicago, the tastiest thing besides Portillo's is a whistle. And another puck out of the zone. Moms are getting all their steps in today, chasing down pucks. All right. It's been interesting. Parents really not happy with the referee. That was a pretty hard hit, and no call. But all right. So here we go. It is what it is. We got to keep playing. So now we've got Vath with Nolan on the right side and Edelman taking the faceoff. Hazra and Puckett back in the back. Vath takes it, works it back. Hauser gets it, and the boys win that board battle. That was a 5-on-2 board battle, and they won it. All right, Hazard this time doesn't win this one, and they're coming back with beautiful stick check there by Pucky. Good job. All right, Afton does get control again, so they're going to get another chance. They do have a guy out in front, so a little bit dangerous if we don't win this puck. And Afton's going to take it outside the blue line. Good work there by Clark to bother that guy enough that he couldn't turn around and try to make a pass. Cutoff pass there by Hazra. Vath there to pick it up. Vath gets mauled by two huge guys, but he still wins the puck. Edelman there puts the puck on net, and that one almost put away, but not quite. Vath keeps that one in. Nice stick work there. Kept his stick in the lane and picked that puck off. Afton now having a guy standing on the blue line far side. They do get the puck over with some speed. They're just trying to get it to the middle. They know that's how they can score on us, but defense not letting that happen. Referee jumping into the play to block an outlet pass. And now back to the point for Afton. Afton gets the puck, and this time off the board. Stick check there. Vath is going to put it in the air, but not out. One more try, but that one hits some skates. Fourth time's a charm. Nope, Afton keeps that one in as well. This one, it's on Edelman's stick. He's going to backhand that. That is going to be an icing, but Littleton's tired. They need a change. So right play there. It's stuck in our defensive zone. Needed to get some fresh legs on the ice. Good job. All right, defensive zone face-off to Marcelo's left, his glove side. We're going to have Jax's line out there, so that's Jax, Suddy, and Motz, or Motzi. And here we go. All right. Point shot, I have no idea how Cello saw that, but he not only had his pad down, he had his glove on top of his pad. And that one is cleared all the way down, and the Afton goalie is going to choose to cover that, which gives us an offensive zone face-off. Heck, we'll take it. All right, same line's going to be out there. Back in the back, you're going to have A-Rod with Bowers. Bowers on the right, Bowers on the right, A-Rod on the left. Big face-off. This could be really nice for us. So it goes back into the corner. Afton's going to pick it, and they're just going to sling it all the way around, and they have a man breaking. They're going to count on their speed for this one. But two defensemen there. A-Rod with the hit. Sorry, that was A-Rod and Jax coming back a quarter. All right, Littleton gets it out with speed. Suddy, our number one goal scorer, taking the puck down the left. Takes a shot, and no goal. Hits the far post. Another shot just turns and goes, and that one is still loose. No time to despair that we didn't get that one. We got rebounds coming. We got to put them in. It was a beautiful shot, right? I wish we had instant replay. That'd be awesome. All right, guys, here we go. Affron's got it going in, and they take a shot, and too high. All right, defensive zone face-off. We're going to get a change here, so we're going to have Patty, Maddie, and Grimmy out there. All right, here we go. Defensive zone face-off to Marcelo's right, his blocker side. And Win back to the defenseman. D to D pass back behind the net, up to Maddie on the right wing. And Maddie tries to clear it up to the middle, but just a little bit outside of the reach of the center there. Patty puts a nice hit on, finishes his check into the boards. Affron trying to get there, but feet aren't moving, and they just take a big check there instead. So here we go, trying to get it out of the zone, but not quite there. All right, going back into the corner, a lot more physicality there. Oh, Sella plays that one off a stick. It goes way up in the air and over the net. Back to Affron's point. They're going to try to work it point to point. They do. And they just put it back deep in the corner. Their game here seems to be get it deep, get it below the line, try to get odd man below the line, and get somebody in front for a tip. That one does come back, but tip was unavailable. All right, Littleton's going to pick this one up, and they're going to take it out on stick. They're not going to just try to throw this one. They're going to say, I got this one. Oh, Affron picks it up, and they just dump it deep. All right, here we go. Back into the corner. And, Affron gloves that one down, but taken away by Maddie. Maddie's got some speed. He's got the chase on the puck there, backed up by Patty. That's going over to Puckett. Puckett's got that. He's going to send it back up to his boys up the boards. Patty's got it. Back over to Puckett. Puckett sends it back up. It's on the feet, and Maddie gets it, but gets taken down on his way by. And that is the end of the second period, folks. 2-1. Your Littleton Hawks scoring in this second period. None of the parents happy with the refereeing right now. All right, as we're going into this period, once again, I don't have real-time stats here for you, so just pretty even up and down the ice. Not a lot of calls being made, so just expect a physical game. Expect second man in or second hit is going to draw the penalty. But the boys definitely knowing now that they can get some rebounds. Jackson putting in his own rebound on a really nice third effort there. And they've had a lot of chances. They had a really good power play. Certainly if we can get another power play, that puts us in a really good place. All right, Affron cheering, getting ready to come out. Affron does have two goalies, but in 9 games, they've never played their second goalie, so we are seeing their number one goalie. All right, once again, if you didn't get to watch this morning, we came away with a tie, so 1 point in the tournament, which as of this afternoon put us in third place, but there were a few number of teams that had not played yet. The way this tournament is going to work is there are 10 teams in our division. The last 2 teams will play a consolation game for their 4th game. Everybody else will have a chance to go to a quarterfinal that moves to a semi that moves to a championship game. If you're looking for us on the web, that's CCM World Tournament. You'll see it in Chicago, and you can find us in the 15U CCM Tax Division. 10 teams in that division. All right, here we go, getting ready for the third period to start. We're going to start with Connor, Becker, and Thor on the front. Back in the back, we got Puckett and Akshay. All right, Puckett on your right, Akshay on the far side. That one gets one back to Puckett. Puckett sends it off the boards, trying to get that one up to Thor. A lot of sticks in there, though. Thor comes away with it. Oh, and he's going to stick handle through the middle and get it deep. That seems to be working a little bit better than just dumping and chasing with this team. They do have some serious speed. Akshay picks up the puck, and he's going to go back behind the net. He's going to stop and look. He finds his man up the boards. That one does go off of a skate in front of the net. Akshay knocks his man down, and that keeps a tip from happening. Akshay up the boards this time to Becker. Becker backhands it, and it's going to go in the air and over the blue line, but Connor blows a tire, so we're going to have to take just a second. Sorry, that was Thor. And Affron does throw it in, but passed too far ahead for the man, and Bauer is going to send it back to Becker. Becker's going to rim it all the way around the boards. That one's pretty hard. It does get over the blue line, and so now Affron has a chance in the neutral zone to regroup. Humphrey on the forecheck makes them make a long pass, and That does make it to the stick, but the puck race is won by the Hawks, and A-Rod has the puck. He's going to send it over to Becker on the far side. Becker's going to find his pass. Hits Humphrey somehow behind him. Humphrey, I don't know how he found that pass, but he did. Put a backhand on that one and got it on net. So they're going to leave this shift again with an offensive zone face-off. And we're going to have the next line coming out in some good position. So that's going to be Vath, Nolan, and Clark. Clark in for the face-off, setting his boys up on the way into the face-off. Face-off down into the corner. Afton's going to try to move it all the way around. They do. Hustling over there is Nolan on the forecheck. Bowers is going to get that one. He keeps it in his hand. Oh, nice stick work there by Nolan. Nolan puts it deep into the zone. It's going to go back behind the goal line. And Vath is there with speed to try to forecheck that. Afton gets control as it bounced off the boards, and now it's going to be a 2-on-2 coming the other way. Both defensemen commit to the puck there. Almost a bad idea, but Becker for the other team. Funny. Doesn't get it. Oh, Afton almost. Oh, goodness. That was a bad rebound. We did not have control, and we left a man open in front. Now the puck down into the corner. Board work by Bowers. Bowers is there, helped out by Clark. Bowers is down, but he kicks the puck forward. Afton's going to bring it out. They're going to try to get it in front, and now Littleton is going to pick it up and go the other way. So that's Vath with the puck. He picked it up right in front of his own net. He gets it deep, and he's going to turn and go for a change. Puck's changing now. Now we're going to have DeMott's, Jax, and Suddy out there. Suddy picks that pass off, puts it down, and he sees DeMott's in. DeMott shoots just wide of the net. Jackson turns, shoots. Looking for Matsu, but he wasn't quite ready for that one. And this one back into the front, but Afton is there to pick it up. They're going to send it all the way down. Back referee's calling for an icing. Front referee agrees, and we will have an offensive zone face-off. Little late hit there by Afton. Not sure if anybody's saying anything. We might be, but referee's just shaking his head. All right, 2-1. Our Hawks are down by 1. 12 minutes and 33 seconds to put at least one more in the net for us. Jackson's going to take the face-off. We're going to have Kaylee and Tenny back on. That one goes over to Porter. Oh, Porter doesn't quite handle that one, and it goes over to the Afton team. It's coming in with speed. Cello's ready, kicks out the blocker, left blocker save. Cello says, not today, my friend, not today. Beautiful save. All right, defensive zone face-off this time to Cello's blocker side. Certainly saw some good speed from that Afton team. We know they have a couple AAA players that played AAA last year, so definitely expect speed from this team. All right, puck one over to the sideboards. That one's going to go down into the corner. Jax is going to get down there. It's a 3-on Jax. He's getting pushed down to the ice, and he does, but the good news is Littleton comes away with the puck. Trying to move it out and up, but that one is cut off. Now Motzi over to the boards. He's going to try to get it over the blue line, and he does. Afton picks the puck up, and now we've got Kaylee moving it up the boards, takes a hit, but gets it deep into the zone, and so now we have a chance to forecheck. Afton sending it really far, but coming off the bench, looks like that's Maddie. Maddie's got speed. He's got a puck down deep into the corner. He works it out front, trying to get to Jackson, but not quite through the Afton players. Puck it on the line, trying to create some disturbances, give everybody a chance to back check on this one, because Afton definitely had numbers coming around. All right, Kaylee there with Bill Horn, their number one player. And all of that on the boards means Littleton comes away with some space, but couldn't catch that pass in the neutral zone. Change happening now. Afton is going to send it in. 91, Bill Horn chasing for Afton. That's their number one scorer. Puck it round to his defenseman. And defenseman looking for the pass. He sees Maddie. Go, Maddie. Maddie's on a breakaway. He's going to try to deke the goalie. Oh, that goalie got just a piece of that, and it went up and over the net. But Littleton comes back with it again. Offense-skated now. Afton's to the races, going down the other way. Nice job by Akshay to get his stick on it and turn that puck back around. Now we got Patty going into the net. Patty with the puck. He's going to go all the way around. Takes a hit, gets pinned to the boards back behind, and now Afton's going to try for a long pass, and that's going to end up being an icing. So some good work there on the forecheck, making sure that we don't ever give up on those pucks. Turns into a couple of really good shots. Beautiful pass up to Maddie for a breakaway chance. We're going to need a couple more of those with 10:45 to go in the third. 2-1. Littleton Hawks trailing by 1. And it is the Becker, Humphrey, and Thor line with Puckett and Akshay on the line. Puck goes down deep into the corner. Afton gets the puck, and they throw it far side. Puckett keeps it in, throws it towards the net, but it goes into the far corner. And now Affront is going to just keep running this clock. They throw it all the way down. It is a stop clock, though, so it's 10 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Another offensive zone face-off chance. Same lines. All right, coming into the offensive zone. Looks like they're going to put Becker at the top of the circle. Hump's going to try to win this one back to Bex. And Thor's probably going to hit the net. We don't win that one. That one goes back into the corner, but the boys are there anyway. Hump's on the puck real quick. And LHA disturbs the puck carrier coming out of the zone so they don't get it clean. Oh, referee back in the game. Keeping that puck from being offsides. And here goes Puckett. Hosler now with the puck. He throws the tire down into the corner. Okay, that one was tipped. No ice, so that means we got a chance. Humphrey with speed down into the corner, bothering his man. Thor hits his man. That one gets dumped back up the ice, and once again, we're going to try to get it over and out, but this one goes back behind. A-Rod has the puck. He's got Becker up the boards. He chooses to go back behind to Bowers. Bowers has a second. He works it over to Thor. Thor over to Humphrey. Humphrey, far pass for Becker. Becker's got some speed. He's got the puck. Oh, tries to stop and go the other way, but he gets stick checked, and Affront has the puck back behind the net. But A-Rod there to take it. That was a definite hit from behind, but okay. Affront's going to throw it back down deep into the zone. So it looks like Affront's just going to play a dump and chase game right now. They're not going to try to score another one, but Littleton's going to have some chances because of it. Waiting a little too long to move that puck out of the zone, and we don't win that one, so Affront's going to come away with it. Defenseman moving it. There's Nolan on the boards trying to get it out, and he does. That one goes into the neutral zone. Affront just turns and fires right back down. So one guy coming in for Affront, and everybody else hanging back. They don't want to let us out of the zone here. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. Vath to the puck. Vath gets it over the blue line, but on the Affront stick, so they are getting one more chance to come in. Questionable offsides call. And back to the back of the net. Affront player goes down. No one's going to have to fight the defenseman here on the boards to get this one out. Getting pulled down a little bit deep here. Getting harder and harder to get it out. Now it's 2-on-1. 2 Hawks, 1 Affront player. Puck is stuck in the skates. Referee's telling them to move it. And there we go. It pops out to the Affront player. He tries to put it in front, but Vath is there instead of an Affront player. A-Rod takes it. He's going to slap shot that one around, and it is going to get out of the zone. But Nolan's going to try to chase that one down before it gets to be an icing, and he does. Nolan stays on his player. That one gets thrown high. Jack's there to finish off the hit on the player, and now it's going to go to the stick of Kaylee, who's going to try to get it through the neutral zone, and does. Gets back over to Jax. Jax is coming down the left wing boards. He's got a wicked shot. Got to be careful. Oh, kept in by Kaylee. Kaylee puts it back out in front, and that one goes over to DeMotts. DeMotts in the corner. DeMotts throws a good hit, and the puck is loose. Trying to keep it going. Vath now on the puck, and Affront does move it forward. They flip that one high in the air, and it's going to be Kaylee in the corner, back behind the net with his player. Finishes his check. Player goes down. Affront does get it out in front on the stick, but Littleton turns and throws. Motzi in a race now for the puck. Affront has to throw it one more time, just kind of willy-nilly and not with a lot of control. 7:29 to go here in the third period. We are trailing by 1 point. Into the corner, trying to get it out. Motzi's there. He does. He works it back over to Tenney. Tenney down the middle, our defenseman on a little breakaway here. Into the goalie. Oh, goalie had given up a rebound, and Porter was there like a kid on Halloween at the front door, but the goalie dove out and covered that one up. So we're going to give it another shot here. We've got Jackson out there with Motzi and Sudbeck. Puckett and LHA back on the line, and boys setting up the face-off they want to see. They can be dangerous on this face-off. They get some really good plays that they all feel comfortable with. All right, face-off is won. It does go into the corner, but Affront doesn't have perfect control, so they have to wing it all the way around the boards. I'm going to guess they're just going to toss it. Yep, they're going to toss it long and far, but it does bounce, and they put it down deep. 2 Affront players down in. Jack's lost the glove, but he got it back. That one is hard and high out of the zone and easy enough to pick up. So coming back, now we're trying to settle it down. There's Pucky with the puck, over to Motts. Motts over to Jackson. Jackson and Porter there together. Offsides, I guess. So, okay. Offsides, neutral zone face-off. We're going to get a change here. Patty, Maddie, and Grimmy are going to be out. Patty taking the face off. Maddie on the far left, Grimmy on the right. All right, Hawks win that face off, get it down deep, get it into the zone, but not deep. Patty's going to fight for that puck. He takes it off the stick of the Affront player. That one trying to come up and out of the zone. Hawks player tried to catch that one, but couldn't quite do it. Pucky now challenging the puck, and it's going to come over the blue line from Affront, but again, just dumping it deep. Hauser's got the puck. He stops, takes a look, hits his wing. Wing is going to throw it high in the air, and that's going to get to the blue line, but nice check by Littleton, and now that's going to get up to Medi. Medi's got speed, gets checked there, and the puck is still on his stick. He gets it in there deep. And now we're going to have Grimmy over in the corner. Sorry, not Grimmy. Patty in the corner. And hand pass. With all the things the referee sees, he can't miss a hand pass. All right, this one's coming outside the zone for a hand pass on Littleton. Another change. Now you're going to have the Humphrey, Becker, and Thor line out there with Bowers and A-Rod. All right, that one gets one back, but the Affront player trips up there, and so now we get a chance. We're on the boards, fighting for it. There's Becker and Connor in there. All right, Humphrey gonna go high. He's gonna let his wingers power that one, so he can be back if we need to get back for a back check. 2-on-1, 1-on-2 the other way. Affront does get it. They don't dump this one. They actually carry it across, and now they're working it back behind the net. They do have a man in front. Interestingly, he does not turn to shoot. He just keeps working it down. So it seems like their play right now is to run the clock with 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go, up by 1 goal. Throwing things at the net now and then, but for the most part, they really aren't controlling the puck. Becker takes a big hit on the far boards, Affront with the puck. Oh, Cello puts that one right back out into the middle, but it gets back up high, so no goal on that one. Moving it over to Bowers. Bowers looking far side, trying to hit Becker. Gets picked off by Affront. Affront to the circle, takes a shot. Cello gets that one with his stick. You heard the wood pop on that one. Very nice eye-hand coordination to make that one not go any further. Bowers gets it, goes to throw it in the zone. They couldn't touch it because that was a hand pass. And as we know, the referees will call that. And so here we go. Kaylee taking his man, and now we got a moment with Tenney. Has the puck. He's looking for Nolan. Nolan gets it and goes to throw it deep. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the fourth period. Down deep. Tenney's got one guy chasing him. He goes to put it up the boards. Nolan is there, and Nolan pops it out into neutral zone, but the Affront defense is there waiting for him. All right, Tenney gets it one more time, but this time he hits it right on the stick. Now it's Clark with the puck. Nolan dumps it deep, and we're going to get a chance to get it back behind the net. Comes up the boards. Kaylee's going to keep it in. Shot tipped back over to Nolan. Nolan's going to put it deep in the corner, and now Edelman's going to go into the corner to try to win this puck. Edelman fighting with 2 Affront players for the puck. He is joined now by Vath. Vath getting it in there. Oh, Vath comes away with the puck very nicely. Tenney, slap shot, rebound. Oh, my goodness. That was a lot of work. That's going to be an icing. Affront having to panic a little bit and throw it down the ice. So offensive zone face-off for your Littleton Hawks. 3:52 to go, third period, down by 1 goal. We're going to have the Motzi, Jackson, and Porter, or Suddy, up front. And in the back, you're going to have Puckett and Hazra. So boys talking it over, what they want to see, how they want this face-off to go, what needs to happen afterwards. If nothing else we have seen, we got to be there as quick as we can, and there is a potential for some rebounds. So need to bury 1 or 2 of those. All right, 3:52, puck drop, and Littleton does not win it, but they do get the puck back for just a second, but then Affront is there. Back and forth a lot in the neutral zone. Nobody's really got great control of it. Affront is going to panic. They're going to throw it, and that's another icing. So we'll have another chance at this face-off. Coach is expressing his displeasure with the referee making that call, the Affront coach. He continues to express his displeasure. Probably not a good idea with 3 minutes to go and only up by 1 goal, but hey, feel free, buddy. Keep talking. All right, here we go. Jack's going in. Jack's making sure his defense knows what he wants. And, oh, man, that one was almost perfect on Jack's stick, but they did tie him up just a little bit there. All right, Littleton has the puck. They're going to get it back to Pucky. Pucky on the line. He's going to throw it to the front of the net. Backhand shot, and this one's going to come back to Hazra. Hazra's going to take a shot. That one hits a skate out in front. turn-in shot again. A lot of sticks out in front. They're doing a really good job on the Affront side of blocking shots. And that one's going to be an icing. That was a nice skate all the way down by Hazra. He definitely tried as hard as he could, but that crossed the line before any player could get to it. Continuing to yell at the referees are the parents and the coaches from the Affront side. 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go. Another face-off in the offensive zone. We're going to have Maddie, Patty, and Grimmy. And back in the back, we're going to have Bowers and A-Rod. All right. Face-off down deep, and this one is going to get rimmed around like they have most of these. And Bowers with the puck takes a shot, gets blocked in front. And one more time, back in front of the net. A lot of sticks there. Affront is going to try to skate this one out on their own, and they do. Getting it up the ice, trying to hit the lead man there, but Littleton there to take that away. It does go down deep, and Affront's going to get another chance with the puck. They try to cycle it down low below the goal line. They do. Affront player trips up there, but gets it back to his player low. Now they've got the puck working up the boards. Grimmy's got it on the far side. Picked up by Bowers. Bowers standing still with the puck for a little too long there. A-Rod's got the puck now. Got to move it up ice. 2.5 minutes to go. That one just out of Maddie's reach, but he's going to go ahead and forecheck that puck and up the boards on an Affront stick and coming hard around. So Bowers is going to pick this one up. He's going to try to find his man. He does. There's Nolan. Nolan has the puck now coming up the right wing boards. He tries to move it over to Maddie, but Maddie was cut off there by an Affront player. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Littleton's going to go ahead and get some changing, even though we're going the wrong way for that. That's all right. All right, Edelman out on the ice. He's got the puck. He's out. Bath is going to be open on the far side. Not sure he sees him. Nolan down deep. Nolan sees him. Tries to work the puck over to him, but that was in the air and couldn't handle. Going over the blue line. Affront coming down. 1 minute and 50 seconds to go in the third period. Affront has the puck in our zone. They send it over, hoping for a defenseman to pick it up. They do. Light touch down the boards.